Welcome to biology classes. We were discussing about the anatomy of flowering plants and we have come till permanent tissues, in which we have discussed about simple and complex, both the permanent tissues. Today we will discuss a little more about complex tissues. When the plant is very young, the xylem that is present in the plant is called as primary xylem. Now the first formed primary xylem, that is when the plant is very young, the xylem that is formed is called as protoxylem, and later on when the plant grows a little bit, the primary xylem that is formed is called as metaxylem. Now there can be two types of arrangements of this protoxylem and metaxylem. In case of stems, the arrangement is such that the protoxylem lies towards the center and the metaxylem lies towards the outside or periphery of any organ. This type of arrangement of primary xylem is called as endarch condition. In case of roots, the arrangement is different. The protoxylem lies towards the periphery and the metaxylem lies towards the center. Such an arrangement of primary xylem is called as exarch condition. Similarly, the first formed primary phloem consists of narrow sieve tubes and is called as protophloem, and the later formed phloem has bigger sieve tubes and is referred to as metaphloem. We have discussed about types of tissues based on the types of cells present. That is, if the cell is dividing type, we called it meristematic tissue, and if the cell is non-dividing type, we called it permanent tissue. Today we are going to see yet another type of tissue system based on the structure and function as well as the location of the cells. There are three types of tissue systems on this basis, that is the epidermal tissue system, the ground tissue system, and the vascular or conducting tissue system. Let us see one by one. First of all, the epidermal tissue system. The epidermal tissue system forms the outermost covering of the plant body, and it has cells called epidermal cells. It has stomata and a few appendages, like on the stem it can have trichomes, on the root it can have hair. So the epidermis is the outermost layer of a very young plant, that is the primary plant body. It is made up of elongated and very closely arranged cells, that is the compactly arranged cells, which forms a continuous layer. Epidermis is usually single layered, that is only one layer of cells forms an epidermis. Epidermal cells are made up of parenchymatous cells with a small amount of cytoplasm and a very big vacuole. The outside of the epidermis is often covered with a water resistant substance called as cuticle. It is a thick layer of waxy covering. This cuticle layer is found on all parts of the plant except the roots, because roots have to absorb water, so they cannot have a water resistant substance covering them. So cuticle is absent in roots. The leaves have pore like structures called as stomata all over their epidermis. This stomata regulates the process of transpiration and gaseous exchange. Each stoma, as you know, is composed of two bean-shaped cells called as guard cells, which enclose the stomatal pore. Guard cells, they possess chloroplast and also help in photosynthesis. Their main function is to aid in opening and closing of the stomatal pore. When the guard cells absorb water, they become turgid and the stomatal pore opens. When the water of the guard cells is removed, the cell becomes flaccid and the stomatal aperture closes. Some of the epidermal cells surrounding the guard cells become specialized in their shape and size and are called as subsidiary cells. The stomatal aperture, guard cells, and the subsidiary cells are together called as stomatal apparatus. The cells of epidermis also can have a number of hairs. The root hairs are unicellular elongation of epidermal cells and help in absorbing water and minerals from the soil. They increase the area of absorption. On the stem, the epidermal hairs are called as trichomes. Trichomes in the shoot system are usually multicellular. So this is a difference. The root hairs are always unicellular, but the hair present on the stem, which is called as trichome, these are always multicellular. They may be branched or unbranched. They can be soft or stiff. They may even be secretory. The trichomes help in preventing water loss due to transpiration. All tissues except epidermis and vascular bundles constitute the ground tissue. It can have various types of cells made up of parenchyma, collenchyma or sclerenchyma. The parenchymatous cells usually form the cortex, pericycle, pith and medullary rays in case of primary stem and roots. In leaves, the ground tissue consists of thin-walled chloroplast containing cells and is called as mesophyll cells. Now the third type of the tissue is the vascular tissue system, which consists of complex permanent tissue, the xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem together are often referred as vascular bundles. In case of stems, cambium is present between xylem and phloem. Such vascular bundles are capable of dividing and producing secondary xylem and secondary phloem during the secondary growth. That is when the plant changes from green herbaceous type to the woody type. At that time, these cells, that is the cambium present between xylem and phloem, helps in adding more xylem and phloem, which are called as secondary xylem and secondary phloem. Such type of vascular bundles are called as open vascular bundle because they are open for growth. In case of monocot, the vascular bundles do not possess cambium. Hence, since they do not form secondary tissues, they are referred to as closed type of vascular bundle. When xylem and phloem within a vascular bundle are arranged in an alternate manner, that is, one xylem patch and then a phloem patch. If it is arranged like that, then this arrangement is called as radial. Such arrangement is seen in the roots. In conjoined type of vascular bundle, xylem and phloem are situated at the same radius of the vascular bundle. Such vascular bundles are common in stems and leaves. The conjoined vascular bundle can either be open or closed type. In conjoined vascular bundles, usually the phloem is located only on the outer side of the xylem.